Hai, Assalamualaikum. I have three group members. Will we present about this topic, Takaful versus Insurance? So, first of all, I will introduce myself and my two others teammates. So, my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Amiruddin, and my teammates is Nurul Shafiqah Binti Awang, and another one is Afiqah Binti Azhar. Okay, so first of all, we talk about definition of takaful. A cooperative policy where funds are contributed by donation from participants. The pool fund can be used to protect other participants from risk. So, then their policy, or what we call their types of uh, methods they be using are takaful, guaranteeing each other; joint guarantee, share responsibility; mutual guarantee, mutual support. Okay, we continue. Takaful is a system of Islamic insurance based on the principle of ta'un, meaning mutual assistance, and tabaruk, donation, where the risk is shared collective by all participants voluntarily. This method based on brotherhood, solidarity, and mutual assistance, which is provide mutual fund, aid and assistance to participants who are mutual agree to contribute for the purpose. So among the group or participant who agree to jointly guarantee amount themselves to protect against losses or damage to any of them. So the objective is to help one another in al-bra'i and taqwa, but do not help another in the sense of transgression. And the second one, fortune many helping the unfortunate few. The third one, set up a fund box to help members who face a hardship due to death of their breadwinner. Okay, in the for the conventional insurance part is a policy that shifts the risk to the insurance company. You pay a premium to receive a coverage. Okay, insurance is a contract between two parties whereby one parties agree to undertake the risk of another in exchange for consideration known as a premium and promise to pay a fixed sum of money of the another party on happening of a certain event or after the expired of the certain period. The party bearing the risk is known as the insurer. The party who risks in cover is known as insured. So, basically, these two type of takaful and insurance, anybody can buy. Meaning, anybody can choose to take a takaful methods of or a conventional insurance methods.
My name is Afiqah Azhar. I will continue about type of contract. Takaful is a tabarur contract. Conventional is buying and selling contract. Takaful is free from riba, interest, gharar, uncertainty, and martial gambling. But for conventional includes elements of interest, uncertainty, and gambling. Takaful are subject to the governing law as well as the Islamic law, Sharia, supervisory board. But in conventional insurance, only subject to the governing law. Takaful is based on mutual cooperation, but conventional based on solely on commercial factor. Takaful companies are reinsurance with Takaful company or with conventional reinsurance company that adhere to certain condition of Sharia. But for conventional insurance company do not necessarily have reinsurance with reinsurance company that are Sharia compliant. How are pool fund invested? For Takaful, the participant fund and shareholder fund is invested in investment fund and channel that are Sharia compliant, which are free of gambling, usury and uncertainty. But for conventional, the capital of the premium is invested in fund and investment channel that are not necessarily Sharia compliant. Insurance companies are free to invest in legal instruments like bonds, stocks, and another. Fund for Takaful. All or part of the contribution paid by the participant is a donation to the Takaful fund, which helps other participants by providing protection against potential risks. There is a full segregation between the participant fund account and the shareholder fund account. In case of a deficit in the participant's Takaful fund, the Takaful operator provide interest-free loan to the participant fund. But for conventional, the premium is paid to the conventional insurance company, and it is owned by them in exchange for bearing all expected risks. Premium paid by the policyholder is considered as income for the company and belong to the shareholder. In case of deficit, the company is bear it.
Bismillah, my name is Nurul Shafiqah Binti Awang. So I will continue the presentation. Alright. What happened to the profit or surplus? Okay. So for Takaful, any surplus in the Takaful fund is shared among the participants. So the investment profits are distributed among participant and shareholder on the basis of mudarabah or wakalah model. So it depends on the company whether they use mudarabah or wakalah model. So for mudarabah, the sharing of such profit is approved by the Sharia Supervisory Board for each year. It may be in a ratio of 50-50 or 60-40 or even 70-30. And as it is mutually agreed in advance between the contracting party and depending on the developmental stage of the company. And the sharing of surplus that may emerge from the operation of Takaful is made only after all obligation of existing the fellow participant has been fulfilled. Okay, so for wakalah model, the shareholder of the Takaful operator provide the capital to establish the wakalah Takaful as a donation and do not receive any share of the income generated from investing the participant Takaful fund. Okay, so for conventional, all surpluses and profits belong to company and shareholder only. Okay, next, what about contribution breakdown? Okay, so for Takaful, there is a difference to how the premiums and contributions are used with these policy types. For instance, with life Takaful plans. So, the contribution are typically divided into two accounts. Okay, first account is the participant special account, which is where the payout and benefits come from. And then the second one is participant account, which savings and investment fund is allocated. Okay, so when your policy reach maturity, you will be entitled to your share of the fund based on your contribution. So when the policy reach maturity, the participant will get the benefit, which is the profit, based on their contribution. Okay, for conventional, this is similar to investment-linked conventional insurance policies, where a portion of your premium goes towards investment and the rest to your coverage and other charges. So the investment first and then goes to other charges. However, whole life, term and endowment conventional insurance policies typically put your premium towards coverage after commission or admin charges have been subtracted, which mean the premium will be deducted with commission or admin charges, and then the balance will go to the coverage. Okay, how much in extra fees do I have to pay for each policy type? Okay, the wakalah charges is similar to a service fee actually. For instance, we take Prudential BSN Takaful Protect. The initial charges in the first year start at 75% of your contribution, and it actually will reduce gradually till it reaches 0% in the 7th year. Okay, for conventional insurance, it is typically charged a fixed commission fee of 2%, whereas Takaful operator might impose a wakalah charge depending on the product and model. So, each product or model is actually imposed different charge. So, it depends on the type of the product itself. Okay, is Takaful or conventional insurance cheaper? Okay, one isn't necessarily cheaper than the others, but in terms of extra risk premiums, Takaful insurance may be better in terms of cost. This is because Takaful fund rates are generally fixed, and people deemed to carry extra risk are typically charged more, unless in severe situation that would cause losses to the entire fund. Okay, for instance, with medical Takaful, someone with severe health issue may be asked to increase his contribution accordingly. For example, when someone want to buy a policy, but he or she already have existing illness, so the quotation that the agent make for the client will be higher due to the illness. And then for conventional insurance, it will charge more where extra foreseen risks are present. For example, people with dangerous profession like police, firemen. So there will be upcoming unforeseen risks that will happen. Okay, and also it will impose a high charge for smokers. Next, do Takaful and conventional insurance policies offer different types of products. Okay, both type of policy offer a wide range of products for motor, health, life, home, and travel insurance, as well as many other types of protection. There are a lot of products for protection, for investment. So conventional and Takaful insurance also offers standalone plan as well as rider option. There are a lot of riders option. For example, rider that cover critical illness. However, additional Takaful product might cater to special Islam related activities. For instance, Muslim might appreciate Hajj and Umrah Takaful plan to cover travelers making the pilgrimage for travel inconvenience, medical expenses, and accidents. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, the last part is conclusion. So the participant a Takaful fund must be undertaken with utmost sincerity in order to help those faced with difficulties. Every policyholder would pay his subscription in order to assist those who need assistance. Any members or participants suffering catastrophe or disaster will receive a certain amount of money or financial benefit from the fund to help him or her mitigate the loss or damage. Okay, next, the transitional aspect of the commercial activity of Takaful must be subject to the Islamic contractual law in order to ensure its compliant with the Sharia. In order to eliminate the element of uncertainty in Takaful contract, the concept of tabaruk, meaning to donate, to contribute, to give away, is incorporated in it. In relation to his participant shall agree to relinquish as a gift certain portion of the Takaful installment. Okay, for the service rendered as manager of the Takaful operation, the company is allowed to charge a management fees, wakala fees. So the Takaful fund consisting of the contribution paid as tabaruk can further be invested by the company based on Islamic principle of mudarabah, and surplus will be shared on agreed upon the ratio. So that's it from us. Thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum.